Standard 5 English The Skeleton Key. Ishan knocked on his grandparents' door. It was a Saturday and his mother had dropped him at his grandparents' house for 5 hours. Ishan did not like to spend long hours at his grandparents' house because there were no children in the neighborhood. He loved his grandparents, but they were old and could not play with Ishan. As he stood there, waiting for the door to open, Ishan wished that the next 5 hours went by as quickly as possible. Just then, Ishan's grandmother opened the door. "Hello, Ishan. You're right on time. Come on in. I've baked your favorite cake." Ishan made his way to the dining table where a tempting slice of cake awaited him. 10 minutes later, Ishan was licking the plate clean. Out of his 5 hours, he had already spent 10 happy minutes. Ishan picked up his plate and kept it in the sink. He wandered around the house looking for something to do. His grandmother requested him to help her clean the top shelves in the kitchen. Ishan climbed up on a high stool. He dusted and arranged the things on each shelf. Suddenly, he came across an old and dusty key. "What is this key for, Grandma?" Ishan asked. His grandmother smiled. "We call that the skeleton key. I thought it was lost. Thank you, Ishan, for finding it. This key opens the best room in the house." Ishan was curious. He thought to himself, "I have visited this house so many times. How can there be an entire room locked away and never discovered by me?" His grandmother said, "Would you like to go exploring and find the room?" Yes, Ishan would love that. He looked at the key in his hand. This has to be the key to some room that was built many years ago. The detailed design on the key made Ishan feel like he was on a treasure hunt. He had never seen a key like this. The keys he usually saw were all simple and small, without any kind of designs on them. "Grandma, can you give me a clue? What is inside this room?" His grandmother could not stop smiling. "This was your mother's favorite room when she was a child. She used to spend many happy hours in this room, away from everyone. After she left the house, no one has gone into the room. We locked it and then the key got misplaced. The room belongs to your mother. Since you found the key, I think you should find the room and visit it once. I am sure you will enjoy the room as much as your mother did." Ishan set off with exciting thoughts in his mind. Ishan looked at the key and thought about the oldest things in the house. He began to walk upstairs. He walked 2 floors up and finally climbed the flight of stairs to the terrace. There was a door to the left of the terrace door that Ishan had never paid much attention to. He had always thought it was another entrance to the terrace. But now, when he looked closely, there was an old lock on the door with a design that matched the key. Ishan was excited. He couldn't wait to find out what was on the other side of this locked door. His hands trembled with excitement as he put the key in the lock. Ishan opened the door to find cobwebs hanging down from the ceiling. There was dust on all the surfaces. But Ishan did not pay attention to any of this. What caught his attention was a beautiful piano standing in the center of the room. He had never known his mother played an instrument. He looked around for a cloth to wipe the piano clean. He gently wiped it and then touched the keys. The quiet room was suddenly filled with beautiful music. Ishan pulled up a broken stool to sit and began to play. He touched keys in a random order, but the music that they created sounded sweet to Ishan's ears. His grandmother had come up and saw Ishan sitting at the piano. After so many years, the piano was making music once again. She felt very happy. When Ishan stopped playing, she asked him, "Did you enjoy playing the piano, Ishan?" "Yes!" Ishan screamed with delight. "Would you like to learn to play it? I had taught your mother when she was about your age." Ishan's grandmother sat down next to Ishan. "Put all your fingers on the piano keys." For the next hour, she taught Ishan how to play the piano. Ishan was a quick learner. His grandmother left him to practice what he had learned. Ishan did not realize how time passed then. He went on playing, making mistakes, correcting them. He loved how the music filled up the room. Ishan did not notice that his mother had come to pick him up. The 5 hours were already over. Now Ishan did not want to go home. He could understand why this room was his mother's favorite room in the entire house.